if that entire geographic location only has so much sales within a 12-month period of time, let's say only, there's 1,000 buildings and only like 2.6%, like you have been mentioning that, New York is always trading at, it's like 2.6%. So 26 sales of 1,000 buildings are only selling, right? And if it's you and a bunch of other people, do you not think it's lucrative to try to go maybe county wise or three cities or like just to get a
Hey,
little
Henry,
bit?
that's a great question. And clearly, the approach that we took works in a very dense, large market. And I get emails and DMs and calls from folks all over the country, and they're like, hey, Bob, I'm in a market that is a fraction of the size of New York. I can't be a specialist in just one thing. And
Mhm.
I totally get that. And I always say that this, and from a specialization perspective, excuse me, what you want to do is have your area of focus small enough so you can be a true expert at it. You can know everything about it more than anybody else. But
Mhm.
that market has to be big enough that you can make a good living doing it. And that caveat is really, really important. So in some ways, if your market is too small in terms of the number of sales that you have in an average year, you have two choices to make. One is to increase the geography in which you work to encompass more sales. So
Mhm.
go to the next county or the next county or the next city or whatever you have to do geographically, or you decide to get into other strategic business lines where you do sales and maybe you do financing too, or maybe you do leasing, maybe you do what you have to do within that geography. But that is a real issue for folks in smaller markets.